Boston. The Rocket lead has swelled to 13. It's a three-point game. James has it ripped away. Shepard on the steal. And the flush. What a gritty win.
It's so hard to close out a team in the postseason, so we got to be better on Friday.
We open the show this morning with Houston. Hello. Another big win for the Rockets. Lakers had a 3-0 lead in this series. They've had 3-0 leads 22 times. Houston is just the third team ever to push them to a game 6. That was back in 1962, Michael, the most recent time it happened. We'll have much more on that series as we go. But speaking of series that are now 3-2, the Cavaliers rallied in the fourth quarter last night against the Raptors. They take a 3-2 lead. Evan Mobley, a pair of pivotal threes down the stretch. He had 23. Harden had 23. Donovan Mitchell had 19. And so that means that all 4 series in the East are headed to a game 6. It's been 23 years since the last time that happened. That, of course, was the first year the NBA expanded the first round to a best-of-7. So we're going to get 4 game 6s and who knows how many game 7s in the East with Shams and Wilbon. And, Wendy, I'll start with you. I put you on the spot this morning in the meeting. So we got the Knicks tonight and the Celtics tonight looking to close out their series. If I told you right now one of those teams is going to be forced to play a game 7, which one would you tell me you expect it to be?
Yeah, the Knicks have been the better team over the last couple of games. They have the momentum. But I have to just say that the Boston Celtics seem to want to win on the road more than at home. In the Joe Mazzulla era, they have been far and away the NBA's best playoff road team. I think they're 10 games over 500 on the road under him. And I have seen them repeatedly lay an egg at home only to go on the road and then win the next game. It will be largely tied to their three-point shooting. And so just historically, I think the Celtics probably, I will lean that direction, although Atlanta is going to have to come up with something tonight to push the Knicks back.
Boston 17-7 on the road under Joe Mazzulla, so he's exactly right, 10 games over 500. And the right answer is, I'm putting Wendy in an impossible position, because the right answer is, Michael, do we expect the Knicks and Celtics to be playing game 1 of the second round this weekend?
I do. I think they both win. I think they both close out. I don't know that Philly can sustain that. I wonder, how does Joel Embiid feel? Just physically feel? He played 39 minutes, which may be the most important number from the other night, from Game 5. 39 minutes for Embiid. He was so tremendous. But then, you look at Embiid, the closer he got to the rim, the less effective. He could barely lay the ball over the rim. And so you wonder about just his ability to get up and down the court tonight.
He looks like he might fall down at any moment watching, and yet he played great. I mean, you got to give him all the credit in the world. So many things have been said about Joel Embiid, and I'm not here to argue against some of them. But the reality is he's out there. He's doing what we always say we want guys to do, which is dragging himself out there to try and play for his team, and it's up to them to use him however they see fit, and he's got them in a 3-2 situation. What are you thinking about that? All these series, particularly with the Knicks and Celtics, seeming to be on a collision course.
They are on a collision course. That's how I think everyone around the NBA perceives it. I do think Joel Embiid tonight, the team itself doesn't know what they're going to get from him, right? In terms of players, coaches, what version of Joel Embiid are you going to get? How healthy he's going to stay over the course of the game? But I said it the other day, I give him a lot of credit. He's played through a lot. Knee ligament issues, thumb issues, facial fractures, and now this year he has an appendectomy just over 2 weeks ago, and we're seeing him potentially give the Sixers a chance to try to take this to a game 7.
Let's figure out how they do it, Windman. If we're here tomorrow morning and we're talking about the Celtics getting pushed to a game 7, what will we be saying was the reason? What will the Sixers have done tonight to win?
I know it's surface level analysis, but the three-point shooting has defined the series. It's does the Celtics make their threes or not? Their margin for error is not big enough with this team that they have demonstrated they can win when they're not hitting those outside shots. And they seem to shoot them very well on the road, especially against Philly. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have a number of big games in their career, playoff games in Philly. So that is what they're leaning into. Philadelphia, I think, found some success playing inside out in game 5, where they would go inside to Embiid and let him go outside instead of hoisting from outside. I think they need to go back to that game plan tonight. Give Embiid touches inside the paint.
I had a guy on a golf course yesterday, Michael, say to me, and he was a Celtic fan, How does an NBA team miss 14 consecutive shots, much less their last 14 shots of a game? That's alarming, obviously.
Particularly that team.
Yeah, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. How about the Knicks? Have the Knicks found the formula? That you said that maybe they went a little earlier than they wanted to show the world, but they've shown everybody now what this formula is. Have they found the formula to carry them?
Yeah, I think they have. And it's not, it's not rocket science. It's Jalen Brunson and Cat. I mean, that's what it is. Are you going to need the requisite support from Anunoby and from Bridges and from Mitchell Robinson? Yes, yes, yes. But this is about Brunson and Cat, and particularly now that we're going on the road. So the question is, does Atlanta have something to go to? Atlanta and Detroit are reminiscent to me of each other in that they each need more offense, and they're going to spend the offseason trying to figure out what that is to get in a better place next season. But for tonight, man, if the Knicks drop this after playing so well for 2.5 consecutive games, I'd be really surprised.
Any thoughts on that one before I turn to my next order of business?
I mean, I think Atlanta. I do think Atlanta has a good shot to take this to a Game 7. I probably would say they have a better shot maybe than even Philly does, because Boston is known for these clunkers, right? Especially down the stretch of games when they miss a lot of shots. I don't know if they're going to be missing that many shots this game.
All right, we'll see. We got a couple of good Game 6s, and we'll see how many Game 7s we get. Meanwhile, sticking with the NBA, there's something that someone who you want to hear from said that you'll want to hear. This was on Inside the NBA. It was Shaquille O'Neal. He had high praise for Victor Wembanyama. Listen to this.
I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot, free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. I'm happy for the Spurs. I'm happy for Wendy. And for me, in a long time, he's a joy to watch.
First perfect big man. So we thought we would show you all the reasons why. Look at this play from October 22nd. We're just going to take you through some of Wemby's greatest plays of this season. Michael, that one defies description.
Yeah, I think that was opening night.
It was what?
And he had some plays like that. He had one where he tossed it to himself another week or so later off glass, and you're like, what did he just do? Oh, my God.
But this is from the same game. This is also October 22nd. He blocks the shot. Stay with it. Watch this. If you haven't seen this yet, you're not going to believe it. Crossover once. Crossover again. Step back.
He went James Harden.
Come on.
And Kevin Durant all in one.
And he's 8 feet
in one
tall.
Possession.
I mean, every time he does that, he gets taller.
Shaq's right. Shaq is right. He is.
Those plays were from October 22nd. Here's the one you were talking about, November 14th. This isn't the slam dunk contest, which is where guys usually do this. He just tosses off the backboard, Michael, to himself.
You have to, again, there are two people you have to watch right now. You have to watch Shohei when you can, whenever you can, and you have to watch Wembanyama whenever you can.
And he's already given us two of them in these playoffs now. They've played one playoff series. This was in the playoffs against Portland. Look at him going behind the back, spinning around. Come on.
Come on.
Nasty. Just absolutely nasty.
Look at this thing. One more time. And then Windman, my favorite of them all, poor Danny Advia, had the idea to go inside. Where does this ball land? Where's the camera that follows that thing? That ball's got to land. That's like a.
People talk about messages.
15 rows
that actually is a message jump. Block.
Yeah.
That is I will wipe out your entire village if you come near this paint again. SWAT. That's what that is.
Windman, he is threatening your village if you come anywhere near him. What are the right things? So Shaq said he's the first perfect big man. You were telling me about this kid, Windy, before anyone in America was talking about him. You were telling me about a kid in France named Victor Wembanyama. When you hear Shaq say he's the first perfect big man, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so first off, Shaq doesn't pass out praise to young big men. I don't know if you recall that. It's not stuff that happens every day. What intrigued me about Victor Wembanyama when I got to know him was we had never seen anybody this big with this much skill, but it's his competitive streak. So Wilbon was just talking about that. Advia had just gotten a technical foul for running at one of Wembanyama's teammates. He could have kicked that off the backboard. He sent it into the stands to send a message. And he also shows leadership. He says, we're going to do the dunk contest. We're going to play in the All-Star game. And then you know what happened? He cried after this game. Greeny, because he was emotional after winning his first playoff series. And he was asked, what are you going to say to people who may judge you? And he goes, I don't want to waste energy on worrying about hiding my emotions. He is not just an incredible player and an incredible athlete and an incredible guy who sets leadership. He's extremely thoughtful and he's arrogant. He talks trash. He covers it in a little bit of a smoothness that doesn't always come off like that. He is a dream player for the NBA. He is hopefully going to remain healthy and become a transformational player for the league for decades to come.
Eloquent trash.
Yeah.
He's the first I'm going to go to a place now I know I shouldn't go. But there are elements of this in talking, and this is where Shaq is going. He reminds me of three people, none of whom are bigs. There are elements that anger for losing when he lost in Vegas, or he loses that is Jordan and Bird, right? There's a joy that reminds me of Magic and the ability to lead at a young age, where people are afraid on his team to not follow him. Who has that? That all of those things, it's the makeup as much as the athleticism and the ball handling, the shooting, the free throws. The first thing Shaq says was free throws. What did we do during the break? What did I ask him about? What's his foul shooting? 82%. I'm going to say I don't think there's ever been a big who shot 82% from the foul line. Ever. Who would be? Kareem, who would it be?
There it is, 7-footers. Look at Hembo right there. Historically, 7-footers shoot 69% from the line. Wembanyama, 82%.
What a stat.
There's no such thing as perfection in life. But Victor Wembanyama, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I guess you could throw Nikola Jokic in there, the finalists. Are they the closest to perfection, not just for big men, but just in general in the NBA?
Wembanyama, I agree with Wendy. He's the best thing that's happened to the league in recent memory. We've got great games tonight on ESPN and the app. We've got the Knicks trying to eliminate the Hawks. That's 7 Eastern. Then we got the Nuggets trying to